Hey guys, welcome to the Nomadic Owl Oracle. My name is Jessica, and this is going to be a general reading for the week of June the 24th until June the 30th. Now, this is not sign specific, it is a general reading. I read in energy, not in sexes. So if at any point it says he or she, please keep in mind that it can apply to anybody. Take it as it resonates. If this doesn't resonate for you, please check back later. Maybe the next message that I do will. This is for whoever needs it at this time. So there are some things that I want to point out before I get started into this reading. Some new updates with my whole Nomadic Owl Oracle business, I guess is what I'm going to call it now, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about that. So I have had so much happening recently, and my page has grown so rapidly. I was not prepared for that. I did not expect that. However, I have been called spiritually to step more into my spiritual path and to work more with this. So that being said, guys, I am going to start devoting more time to this channel and to doing these messages by YouTube and also my stuff on my Facebook page, The Nomadic Owl Oracle. So with that being said, there's going to be some new changes that are coming in. One of them is now I am offering 5-card spread readings for $15. That is a 30-minute reading, and you get to select the decks that we use, just like with the 8-card spreads. The 8-card spreads are still going to be $20 like they were previously, and then you select the decks as well. And now I'm also offering spiritual console, excuse me if I could talk, for those that might want to learn how they can remove blockages in their life and things that they can do to help manifest easier, and spiritual practices that they can start incorporating into helping them get more aligned, get more balanced, and being able to be more prosperous and abundant. Okay, so I've had a lot of people that keep asking me all these questions through Messenger and stuff like that. So I thought that that might be something that some people might be interested in, because I do often spend a lot of my time talking to people and giving them advice when they ask for it. So another thing, guys, is I am going to start doing different types of readings versus the ones that I've done in the past. I'm going to start integrating those as well, and going to be doing more readings more frequently than what I have been doing, because I know that a lot of you guys do like to watch videos. I apologize about the quality, but I am human. I live in a small place. I have limited funds. I'm doing the best I can. So if you don't like the quality, I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing what I can. Okay, so we're about to get started. There is one other thing that I want to point out to you guys before I do these readings, is I do cuss. If you do not like cuss words, I would highly suggest to click off of here. I'm going to talk and act how I normally talk. There are times that I do cuss. There's times that I don't. I don't want to have to monitor every single thing I'm saying. I'm being given information very fast when I do these readings, and so I need to be able to just talk and say what I need to say at that time, okay? So that is part of channeling. You know, you get these messages and you're supposed to say them when you get them. So the first deck that we're using today, guys, is the Journey into the Hidden Realm. And then the second deck that we have is the Fairies Oracle. So the reason that I'm using these two is I had a friend mention to me, I think yesterday, that we're now in the fairies time, in the fairies period. It's fairy celebrating fairies, so I figured why not use fairy decks, okay? So that's what we're doing. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. One other thing is timing is fluid. This may apply before, during, or after watching this video, so keep that in mind. Sorry, I had like a hiccup. Okay, so the first card that we have, guys, is the Five of Wands. And so this card, I'm trying to get it where you can see it. This card is all about, you know, competition. You know, maybe you're applying for a job, or maybe you want someone to date you and you have to compete against others and prove why you are worthy, why they should select you versus these other people. For a job, you know, you're having to prove your worth, that, hey, look, I'm a better worker, a better employee. Whatever the case may be. It also might be a different point of view that you and someone have. So you might have a bit of an opposition between each other because you're not able to see eye to eye. It's all about, you know, being able to overcome those boundaries and those restrictions that you're having right now and find a way to move past it. You're being tested at this time. So if there's something that's going on that's causing you to feel like, you're having to put more of yourself into it, there's a reason. The more that you apply your truest self and your energy into this situation, I feel the better it's going to be for you. But don't do it negatively. Show why you are the one that should be chosen in a good way. Show what makes you different. Like, let's be honest, there's so many people out there that want to be just like everybody else. Show why you're different and why that matters, okay? The second card that we have, guys, is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is all about working together with a group or a person or a place or organization, whatever the hell the case may be. It's all about, getting reward by coming together with others to be able to culminate something. So like when you see this card, like I just showed you, they're playing music. So to play in a band, everybody has to contribute their part and make it all flow into this one solid thing of music. I'm not sure, I can't think of what word I'm trying to say, but they're trying to make everything flow together easily. So by you being able to work with others and by you being able to come together in a different way with others in a situation, it's going to give you the rewards, and a time of celebration will come from that. You will be happy with what the results are. Then the third card is the High Priestess. So this card is all about stating that you know what it is that needs to be done at this time. Your intuition is telling you. Your signs are telling you. Your guides. You're seeing maybe numbers, animals. You might read something and then it has a message for you unexpectedly in it. You might hear a song on the radio and it might say something and then it just clicks in your mind. Things like that. So whatever is going on that you're having to compete against others, and it's causing you to have to learn how to do things differently, to find flow and work with others, you're going to know what that is. You're going to know what it is that you need to do and how it can culminate, how you can take those steps and actions to make it better and turn out in your favor. So then the fourth card that we have is the, that gnome, but he's in the reverse, guys. So with this card being in the reverse, generally he's about, like a trickster, somebody that's 1 minute they might be super nice, the next minute they might be playing a joke on you. You never know what to expect. It's always flipping around. It's all about taking chances. So sometimes he might take really risky chances and might do things that, aren't the most stable and the most thought out things to do. But what it's saying is that with it being in the reverse, that by taking these actions, you're not going to know what the results are going to be when you take them. But in anything in life, you're never really truly going to know the outcome anyways. So if you feel compelled that you need to do a certain thing, whether it might be scary and you have no guarantees, I think it's kind of telling you that you need to intuitively listen and go with what you're being told to do. Then the last card that we have is Arvel the Parrot. So this guy is all about communication and being able to talk with someone. I'm sorry if you hear those helicopters and airplanes above. I live near a military base on a reservation and they are so loud. Anyways, so it's all about communication, all about being able to get your point across. But also, when you do it, make sure that you're doing it tactfully. Make sure that you're considering how you're coming across to others. Think your words through thoroughly before you say them. Don't just spit out anything that comes to mind, because if you don't think through what you're saying and what you're presenting yourself as, you might be representing yourself wrong, and somebody might take it as something else, and it might not turn out in your favor. So that is my intuitive take, guys, into these cards. What I'm going to do now is actually read from the book the meanings of them, and then I'll give you that information also, okay? So for the Five of Wands, which was this card, if I can move. Sorry, guys. You see the little kids, or they look like fairies that are climbing in a tree, and they're all being crazy. Bear with me. Well, Okay, there we go. Okay, so the Five of Wands, it says the sun beats down hot and bright, but under the thick canopy of the mighty oak, the Fey children play in a shadowy world. Feeling lazy, they lounge on a branch, telling stories. But a warm breeze stirs the leaves and whips up their energy. They begin to stir, doing the only thing other than lounging. Hold on. Yeah, doing the only thing other than lounging that one can do in a tree, which is climb. At first, they stay together, helping each other by providing an encouraging word or boost to the next branch. As each fairy moves higher, they discover their own methods, their own drives, and their own fears. What began as a fun game has evolved into a serious business. One is determined to reach the highest branch before the others. Another looks longingly at the earth, wondering how to get back to the solid ground. One finds joy in staying where he is, on a limb that is perfect for practicing acrobatics. Another discovers a passion for insects that have made their home in a crook on a branch. One becomes entranced with the view from so high and wonders if the end of that branch would provide an even better vista. So it says fire is very difficult to direct. Likewise, a group of individuals with strong passions and drives can find it challenging to work together towards a single end. This card describes a situation that may be on the verge of breaking down, with people more driven by their own agendas and interests than the common good. But the situation doesn't have to end in chaos. Knowing and understanding the motivations of yourself and of others can help you find a resolution that might just please everybody involved. If each individual can shine their best way, adding to the common goal, then you can have a win-win situation here. So what this is saying is that, things maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a partnership, maybe it's work related or school or something like that. Maybe it originally started out really pleasant, really happy, but then one day something happened that changed that scenario, and it's caused a lot of conflict. It's caused a lot of unstableness within that situation. So because of the competition, it's made everybody act in a way they normally wouldn't act. But you're going to have to find a way to find balance and to find a way for everybody to be respected and honored and used in the correct way. Not pushed aside or treated like they don't matter. Everybody has their place in the situation is what it's saying. And each person matters just as much as the next is kind of what it's saying to you. So the next card that we have is the Four of Wands. So you see this band of people playing all these different instruments and looking at each other and just doing their song. So it says, laughter twines among dancing figures. Voices lifted in song twirl around the sounds of the flute and fiddle. Even though they are surrounded by friends and family gathered to enjoy a merry performance, the musicians are oblivious, to everything except each other and the music that they're weaving. Notes sparkle in the air as each player catches a sound from another, dances with it, and sends it to the next. The artists each lend their own magical touch to the song and play together seamlessly with enchanting results. Music for them is an expression of their passion. Sounds, though, if random, are discordant. Working together and within a structure of notes and scales and measures, they create something exquisite. While directions for playing music can be written down, the actual music is a creation that is made on spot, existing in the moment, and it is created and like a shadow in the memories of those who hear it. In this moment, their hearts are alive, burning with beauty and joy. The wild energy of fire is shown to best advantage through the stability of the number 4. This card suggests and represents a celebration of passion, joy, or drive, usually within a group. Despite the structure that the energy of 4 brings, this event is generally temporary and sometimes spontaneous. It can mean a party to celebrate a holiday, wedding, birthday, or achievement. The mood is festive, bringing out the best in everybody involved. It's a time to enjoy the energy created by being together with others and focused on a specific event. So, what I'm gathering from this is that it is one of those things where Everybody is going to have to come together to make this situation flow better, for things to work better. And if they don't work together, then you're not going to find that moment. And it is going to take a lot of hard work and practice, and things may never be the same again, is kind of what it's saying after this point. But this is something that is very necessary. It is something that is needed for all to do and for all to take part of. So the next card, guys, that we have is the Hierophant. Or, excuse me, not the Hierophant. I'm sorry, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, it says, she moves elegantly through the night, and her radiance lightning like are the space around her. Sparkling moon dust flows on the gentle currents created by her dance, falling on her arms and clinging to her hair. Ethereal Luna moths emerge from the folds of her dress, flying upward and disappearing into the distance, invisible against the light reflecting off the moon. The flow of the moth and dust looks like part of her dance and perhaps part of the magical communication. The moon rains secrets upon her, and she, in turn, gives secrets back to the moon. Throughout her dance, she maintains her silent communication with the outer worldly stone in the sky, made of earth but not of this earth. What do they talk about? This equally beautiful and equally mysterious beings. As mute as it is beguiling, she will never speak of the secrets shared. They are for her and her alone, just as are for you and you alone. Sweet, silent gifts that rain down on you, if only you are perceptive enough to receive them. It says when the High Priestess shows up in a reading, it often means already that you know the answer or advice that you're seeking. The moon and the Luna moths represent intuition. Excuse me, I don't know why the hell I can't talk. I guess my throat chakra is all fucked up. So maybe somebody is having a really hard time expressing themselves adequately, because I just thought about this. We have Arvel the parrot. Okay, so if your throat chakra is blocked, I've been told that you can do things to be able to unblock it by wearing the color blue, by eating blueberries, by doing things that get you to where you feel comfortable expressing yourself and speaking your truths. Maybe it's not the best of things, and maybe it makes you feel a little bit awkward, but it's something that you need to do, guys. I mean, I don't normally have a hard time talking, so for me to have a hard time talking, and I talk all the fucking time, that means something. I'm just saying, guys, whether you see it or not. So, all right. It's saying, all right, the moon and the Luna moths represent intuition and otherworldly knowledge. In other words, they are the information or certainty that you have that is based on no apparent or logical reason. You're encouraged to trust your dreams, intuition, and psychic impressions. If you honestly believe that you do not know, then there is another answer the High Priestess offers. She is also the being who leads you to an initiation. If this is the case, then you are meant to face a situation without knowing what will happen next. It is the nature of initiation to be transformed by the experience without preconceived ideas and expectations. The journey itself holds an important life lesson for you. As you move forward, the High Priestess will advise you to rely on your own inner wisdom and pay close attention. So again, I'm having a hard time talking, guys, and that's not normal for me. So maybe you're receiving messages and you might be discrediting them. You might be just like, you know what, that's not a message. That's bull crap. I'm crazy. Whatever the case may be, you need to stop doing that, guys. That's kind of what I'm getting. Because what this is saying is that you are being given this information and you need to listen to it. Other people aren't going to understand it. So you can tell them all you want to, but they're just going to think you're crazy. So accept it. Know that it's only for you. And there are times that you're not supposed to know the outcome of a situation. You're not supposed to be able to see everything. Okay, me as a reader, that kind of makes me loopy. Okay, let's be real. But I think it does that to a lot of people. When we don't have certainty and we don't know where we're going, what we're doing, how things are going to pan out, all that, it causes us sometimes a lot of conflict and turmoil in our lives. And it also makes us feel really like just unstable and on edge. Okay? So the next card that we have was Oh That Gnome, but he was in the reverse. So he stands for trickster, creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking habits, and patterns. It says, in a way, a trickster is always reversed, and sometimes even perverse. Sometimes the reverse is even reversed into other dimensions. Standing on his head, that gnome could be saying, be careful, there is trickery going on. Or, he who hesitates is lost. Or, play it safe. Or, fools rush in where angels feel feared to tread. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes fools accomplish things that angels thought were impossible. Or complete honesty may not be the best policy, but lying is definitely not the best policy. Or discretion is better part of valor. So it's saying that he's just going back and forth. He can't make up his damn mind, okay? And he's like a ping pong going in different directions, and his mind, his thoughts, everything are just not aligned. So it says, but which, you ask, is the real question? Oh, you want that kind of answer? A neat one in a box? I'm sorry, but that gnome doesn't do those kind of answers. He is just here to shake you up, jolt loose some preconceptions that you have, help you see yourself and your situation as it really is, and aid you in finding a new, unorthodox response to it. That is all. So it's telling you that it is one of those times that you are going through a major change in your life and things are shifting, and you're going to have to find a way to move through it. And it's going to be probably a way that you're not used to, but you have to accept that. And you're going to have to take this leap one way or another. But just know that there's no guarantees no matter what. Do what your intuition is telling you to do, because it is trying to provide you and send you down the right path. The last card that we have is Arvel the Parrot. Okay, so bear with me, guys. So he stands for communication. It says clear communication is vitally important here. Strive for verbal brilliance. Listen carefully. Be articulate. Be willing to calmly debate the issues and explore ideas with others. Open communication will enhance the chances of success to all around. Arvel also suggests that the coherent watch for the body language and incomplete sentences and unfinished thoughts, and try to discover what these signals are meant to get across. So, okay. What I'm getting now that we've done the whole reading, guys, is that there is somebody that, you really want to be with, and they might have other options. And so you're having to show them who you truly are and why you stand out. You and this person are going to have to find a way to come into communion together. This could be love. It could be work. It could be a business. I don't fucking know. It could be multiple different things, family, whatever the case may be. But you both have to find a stable foundation to lay for yourselves to work together. Your intuition is on spot. It's trying to tell you what to do. It's giving you directions, and maybe you're not fucking listening to them. You need to listen to these messages. If you do not listen to these messages, then you might miss out on a really good opportunity. One thing to keep in mind is that there's no guarantees. It's saying there's no guarantees of what's going to happen. But you need to do what you feel compelled to do, what your heart tells you to do, because you know intuitively that that's what you're supposed to be doing. You need to make sure also that when you speak to others and how you present yourself, that you're fully aware of how you're coming across. Sometimes we might think we come across one way and somebody might see it completely different. So try to make sure that there's no room for confusion, that you're straight to the point. I'm not saying to be mean or be a butthole or anything like that. I'm just saying to make sure that it's known of your intentions and where you're coming from and where you're going through. Do not lie. Do not say things that are not true. Once you do that, you're going to fuck up everything, because this person, they're not going to want to be around somebody that isn't truthful, that isn't honest. that isn't stable, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. I don't know what this applies to, guys. Only you guys are going to know that. I am heavily feeling either a business partnership, love, or trying to work with somebody that you're going to have in your life for a long period of time, whether you want them to be or not. This could be several different scenarios here, guys. But I hope that this message helps you. If you need any help from me, please let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are interested in this channel. If you like this reading, please let me know if you have any advice for upcoming types of readings that I can do, or if you have any questions for me. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm sorry it's Tuesday that I'm putting this out there, but I will talk to you later, and I'll see you later. Bye.